How are you feeling heading into a top four final?
A little nervous, to be honest. Obviously, the matchups. The guys from the Cowboys that are going to be coming. It's going to be Drinkwater, Holmes, and Tuolangi, and the outside backs that are going to be causing problems. Townsend and Dearden have struck up a real good combination to play consistent field position, and they've. I don't think either of them have really put in a poor game for the majority of the season. Their pack's good enough if they all turn up to challenge most packs in the comp, and you got Reece Robson, who's been carving it up out of dummy half. So there's definitely a lot of threats coming out of this Cowboys teams for points. I just think that obviously I'm going to tip Sharks. I'm a Sharks fan. I just think the Sharks may have a fraction more physicality in the middle of the field than you'll get out of the Cowboys, and it may not even be a physicality factor. I think they can just last that little bit longer through the middle of the field. And the Cowboys' defence, while it was brilliant early in the year, the last probably 6 weeks it's faded compared to what it was earlier in the year. And the Sharks have backed their defence for the majority of the year. There's been large parts of games where they've played poorly and the defence has got them through. So I think that if they can keep the Cowboys under sort of under 3 tries, they've got enough points in their outside backs to match the Cowboys and probably scrape home by 4 or 6 points. But yeah, there's some really good matchups in this game. The front row I think is going to be pivotal again. Ruben Cotter, he'll work all day, and Jordan McLean. Whilst his form was really good going into Origin and his injury after he got selected, he hasn't seemed to have come back the same. He has moments where he's quite good. It'd be interesting to see where Rudolph comes back in and how he's gone from his 4 to 5 week layoff I think he's had. But I think that he's a big in, to be honest, if he is close to 100% fit. And Royce Hunt and Ueli have been really good in recent weeks with ball in hand, being physical with their ball running through the middle of the field. So, yes, Nico's got to be a lot better than he has in the last 3 weeks or so to produce some points here. And the centre matchups are interesting as well. I really like what Ramian does, although he's got a couple of missed tackles in him. And I've been saying it for about 6 weeks now. They need to get Talakai some early ball in attacking position because they just haven't been doing it. But
There's not even intention to do so either.
yeah, I know. But I did say the same about Nakora about a month ago, and they've started to go there, which has borne some fruit. So hopefully they go back to Talakai at some point during this game. But
And just for the record, last time they met in round 18, 26-12, Sharks won. That would have been on the back of Origin. Pretty sure.
Yeah, a few Cowboys players out.
Yeah.
And that one, and even in that game, there was that call where Jason Taumalolo probably should have scored that try that would have put the Cowboys in front. It was still a really close game. And despite that, you'd think off of that, you'd probably go with the Cowboys, but I still think Cronulla probably get it done. A lot of it is sort of the home advantage. I feel like these two teams are actually very close and similar in the sense that they can switch off. Yeah, and they can switch off for those periods in game, so it is hard to pick. But I just think, look, with the home advantage and also the way that overall this year, I think your players such as Nico Hines has played. I think Will Kennedy coming back is a big plus for Cronulla.
It definitely helps getting the ball to the outside backs, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So I think I've got to go Cronulla 1-12 here. Look, I think it'll probably be something like a 24-12 or something like that, probably close for the majority of the game. I'm going to go first try scorer, Ronaldo Mulatalo, and man of the match, it's got to be the man, Nico.
Yeah, they could play this game 5 times and it'd be 3-2. And that's the way I sort of feel going into this. And the other one, you'd mentioned the homecoming of Townsend. So, interesting point to prove there. Yeah. Do I think you'll prove a point? No, probably not. But that said, I have been on the petrol being empty thing for a month now about the Cowboys, and it hasn't hit the gauge yet. So, tricky stuff. I tossed and turned on this one. I'm going to go with the Cowboys, and my justification is going to be that I think we'll still get that 10-minute shit period, and I just feel like that might be a 12-point period, and that'll be it in a game that's going to be 20-16 or 20-12. Val will have something to do with both of those. I think I'll give him man of the match. He's red hot at the moment. Not that he had to beat much last week, but he's just having a season of his as good a season as he's ever had, to be honest. And we'll be up for this. And I can just see, like I said, it just feels like there's more consistent points from the Cowboys. That said, it wouldn't if they got bashed out of this game, as you've both talked about. That wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. I'm going to go with first try scorer Nanai walking over, probably with some flapping Moylan arms in the vicinity. Given I think he's close to leading the comp for missed tackles, and another concern through the middle there. But excited to watch it. I'm going to 1-12 Cowboys, and I've covered off the rest. Anything else you want to add to this? Barn, have you given your final word?
No, I haven't. So I think the Sharks, as I mentioned, they'll get away with it 1-12, somewhere between 4 and 8 points. I think the defence at the back end of the game will just be enough to repel for what the Cowboys have to offer. If they can shut down Drinkwater and Val, I think that'll be one of their major focuses with Ramian and Nakora there trying to put some extra pressure on them and getting out of the line and hurrying their ball playing. They may be able to shut down that edge a little bit, which is probably their main threat in attack for the Cowboys. I'm going to go McGuinness, man of the match. He's been tremendous the last 6 weeks or so, even coming off the bench. Finnegan may reduce his minutes by 5 or 10, but what he's been doing in defensively and ball in hand has been fantastic, and I think he will add. When you start swapping into your benches, I think he'll come out and you won't lose anything. You probably even actually gain something when he comes onto the field. So I think he'll be a big shift in this game. And I'm going to go with Nakora, first try. He did it 3 times last week. They're making a point of going his way, and I think it'll probably be either him or Ramian that'll benefit from a short ball somewhere there to score. But I'm going to go Nakora.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. I should have mentioned McGuinness. He was the one I wanted to mention because he could be a game changer here. Once you get into that middle part, especially again if it's greasy around
and once
Shark
he comes
Park
on, he's probably not going to go off, and he's going to tackle all night. So
yeah.